Welcome. Sorry, I'm a little bit late. Right, let's send the messages out. Starting the kicking off. It is Troverse NFT, right? Yeah. Okay. It's going to take about 30 seconds to go. Was that the right link? Did I pick up the wrong link? Bollocks. I sent the wrong link. Right. So let's give it a second for people to be able to tune in. Have a sip of water, always important. Right. Okay, so welcome to this review, this cold review of an NFT project by me, Daniel Tenner, aka Swombat. So today we're going to review Troverse. Now I should emphasize, as usual, give my usual disclaimer that this is a cold review. I don't know that much about the project. I know it's had some hype. I know like people have talked about it, but I haven't really researched it. It felt like, I don't know, I didn't feel drawn to it. And there's so many projects and I don't have the time to review all of them. And I didn't really go into this one very much. So I don't know that much about it. And like all cold reviews, is definitely not in any way a fair review or an in-depth review. If you want an in-depth review, you'll definitely need to speak to the founders as well. Like, you know, do some more research, and that's not something that can be done in 20 minutes on YouTube live. But hopefully the point of these reviews is not whether I like it or not, but to get a sense of how I go about analyzing such a project, what kind of stuff comes up for me, what I think about, what I want to look at next, how the business model makes sense to me, and to learn from this to help inform your own way of analyzing projects, not necessarily to copy my way, but just to see how somebody else does it and maybe pick up some ideas for how you can analyze things. The way that I analyze things is not necessarily the right way, but it is a way, and I'm willing to share it, and hopefully that's helpful. So right off the bat, I mean, I kind of like the animation in the website. It looks very cool, like it's very cool graphics. Then I read this: metaverse to the expanse of the galaxy awaits you to explore, collect, earn. I'm starting, like, the first thing that occurs to me is like, is this some kind of 4X game? You know, explore, expand. I can't remember what it stands for, but like civilization type games. Like, is it one of those? I don't know. There's a Galaxy Explorer. I'm going to click on this. I wonder what that is. No, I don't want to download this, especially not from .windows.net. So this is probably a download of some kind. Maybe it's the game. We'll look at the Discord another time or later. So, okay, so here's the description. Troverse is an ever-rewarding galactic metaverse of play-to-earn gaming. Own, Explore, Earn is a space in a space exploration survival game set in a galaxy of 10,000 unique procedurally generated planet powered by Unreal Engine. So I'm kind of thinking now, that's kind of cool. It's like, this is like what's the name of that game? Frontier Elite, or one of those exploration games, or Eve actually. Everyone, like, that might be the more obvious comparison point. So I guess it's kind of like Eve, but with NFTs, maybe. That's my initial thesis from looking at this. All planets were acquired in March 2022 through a Trove auction. Oops, didn't mean to click on that. You can own planets on OpenSea. I'm curious, what is the floor price for those right now? 0.1 basically, so not very high price. 10,000 total items. Just curious how they've done in practice. over all time. They've gone up to 0.4 and kind of down to 0.1. They've risen recently. There's not a huge amount of sales, but there are some sales every day. Okay. The official trailer captured from real-time footage in Unreal Engine. So let's watch this. We're not going to watch too many of those, but this is a 1-minute video. And ooh, you might be picking up some microphone. Yeah, you're probably picking up some of the sound from that. So I'm going to decrease the volume a little bit. Or maybe I'll leave it up. Yeah, okay. It's just a minute, so it's worth watching, probably. Oh, so you kind of go... It's an FPS as well. An FPS with 10,000 planets. So is it a ship game or a FPS type game, or I'm not entirely sure at the moment, but probably it will be made clear at some point. Okay. Beside owning these state-of-the-art NFTs, the owners will have these advantages. Their own headquarters deployed on their planets. So if you own an NFT, you have this advantage. Own to earn, receive a portion of resources gathered by other players. And planet owners are the forerunners of Troverse. They will have a head start in future events and can enter the galaxy earlier. Okay, so my initial thought at this point, without reading much more, is that, okay, so there's a game here. And there's like perks to owning one of those NFTs if the game is successful. So part of the question becomes, does the game become successful? Because as long as the people playing is just the people who own the NFTs, and probably not even most of the people who own the NFTs, you know, this is dead. But let's say this becomes, let's take the sort of dream objective. Let's say this becomes as big as Eve, and it's got like, you know, how many players? Eve Online has 170,000 Eve players. So there's 10,000 owning these things. So you need another 160,000 for it to, and you know, but that would be a huge success. Because, okay, no, so it says 300 to 400,000 here, but that's in 2021. Maybe people have gone offline a bit more. Anyway, it's a few 100,000. How many in World of Warcraft? World of Warcraft is about 5 million. Yeah. So this was Fortnite. 3 to 8 million. So a few 100,000 would be a really good success to the extent of EVE Online, which is a very successful game. A few million would be an epic success beyond the dreams of most games. So you'd need this to break to the sort of hundreds of thousands of users before this kind of works. So then the question becomes, is the game good enough for that? Do they have a good enough marketing engine? Like, how are they going to get it to hundreds of thousands of users? And that depends on how good the game is. Roadmap is hopefully a roadmap of building and marketing and, you know, evolving a game. Using Galaxy Explorer. Game alpha release. Q3 2022, initially for planet owners. Game beta release. Ongoing updates and expansions. Okay, so I mean, we don't know what the game is yet. It's not built yet. FAQ is, okay, planets are where players travel and explore to find rare, valuable collectibles, equipment, blueprints, raw resources, etc. But what's the core of the game? Like, what I'd like to see to convince me more is a video that shows some kind of alpha trailer. So if we compare this to My Pet Hooligan, which had this really well done, you had to scroll a little bit, but if you clicked on the trailer there, it had like gameplay footage basically. Like, I mean, this bit is not gameplay footage, but a lot of this stuff is basically gameplay footage. Like, that's how the game is. You run around and you hit people with your carrots and stuff. And I think there were some bits that were actual gameplay footage. This is still not gameplay footage. Anyway, it was clear what the game might be from here, although here as well, there could be some gameplay footage. That would be better, actually. But there were other videos that had gameplay footage, so we might look for those for Troverse as well. Because the first question with something like Troverse is going to be, is it actually fun to play? And if you don't know what the game looks like, it's difficult to determine if it's fun to play. And building an actually fun game is actually quite hard. And as a gamer, I have a pretty clear, strong instinct when I see a game. Do I feel like I want to play it? And do I feel like maybe other people will want to play it? And the strongest instinct that you want, the strongest thing that you want is if you look at it and you're like, oh, I want to play this. Obviously, I may want to play this, but I don't have the time to play it. Like, I really want to play The Last of Us 2, but I really don't have the time to play it. I wish I did, but like, there's other things that are higher priority for me. But I know from the trailers and various videos I've watched on YouTube, I really want to play this. And I played The Last of Us 1 and I really want to play The Last of Us 2. I know from, I think what's another game that's maybe something that's come up. I know like Baldur's Gate 3 hasn't come out yet, but I've seen videos of the early gameplay from it. And I know that I want to play that. And I know that like somehow I'll figure out a way to play that because I really want to play it because I played Baldur's Gate 1 and Baldur's Gate 2 and I love them and I really want to play that game and I'll figure out some kind of way to make time for it. Play it with friends or something. If there's a way to play it with friends, that would be ideal. But the point is, I know I want to play this game. Whilst this game here, I don't know what it looks like. I don't know that I want to play it. There was technically some gameplay footage here. Like this would be gameplay footage, right? But it didn't show me anything that much fun, right? So this is a person standing with a flag. That's not really the gameplay, but this is the gameplay. Okay, so you're flying around, but beyond that, what are you doing that's fun? What's compelling? What makes you want to... let me switch off the sound here. What makes you want to play this? There's just people standing around, somebody walking around. There's no shooting. There's no like, it's unclear what it is that, like beyond the accumulation of items as an NFT owner, why do you want to play this game? The videos for My Pet Hooligan were clear and had like they had some fun gameplay stuff in there, AMAs and stuff, like where you could see somebody running around having fun. And if you like this kind of fighting game, like like Fortnite, it looks like fun. Here there's not even any competition, you're just walking around. That's not quite enough. Kind of reminds me of the what's it called, Other Sides demo video that came out just recently that some people got excited about, and I was looking at it and I was like, but it's just a person walking around and then jumping on a teleporter, like with okay graphics. What's so exciting about that? So I want to see more demos to invest in this, like to have some idea what the game is. Developed by an international team of experienced game developers who got crazy about crypto. Okay. So what is their experience? A couple of them are doxed. 2 of them are not doxed, apparently. Design lead and co-founder at Shifting Tides. So, I mean, yeah, okay. I've never heard of Raspina Game Studios, but then again, there's plenty of places I haven't heard about. But it's... Okay, somebody who has been working... I mean, that's probably their own company. It's not the most convincing roster. Like, I compare it mentally with My Pet Hooligan. I think the credentials there were better. But in startups, credentials aren't everything. So the fact that they don't have necessarily the same credentials should not be necessarily a downer. But then you want to see cool stuff from them that shows, like, the gameplay shows that, I mean, this is clearly showing that they are capable of making some animations and stuff. Like making some kind of basic game engine there. But that doesn't mean they can make a fun game. This is just, a 3D item with some kind of animation around it. I kind of want to see more before, like, some kind of evidence that they can do this. Because it's hard to build a game. Maybe we'll find them on the Discord or on the YouTube. They have a YouTube channel here. Troverse YouTube. Nah, there's only 3 videos, it seems. Just trailer, sneak peek, announcement trailer, and launch date trailer. So none of those are probably that. Like, we've seen the launch date trailer. Let's see the official announcement trailer. I'll turn off the sound again. And is there going to be some kind of gameplay there? mean, I assume this is footage from inside the game, but still, like, presumably the game is not just zooming around on planets. That would be, like, as good as it might look, it's not that much fun. It's unclear to me how the ships fit into this. There's a lot of information missing, basically, to be able to figure out what the game actually is and whether it might be fun. Okay, so they kind of land somewhere with the ship. And what? Explore to discover resource and treasure. What, like Minecraft or something? So they can make animations. That much we know. And I'm assuming this is not stock 3D footage or something, like, you know, like, I don't know all the kind of stock libraries on Unreal Engine to be able to decide that, but I think this is probably bespoke animated stuff. But that's still just flying around. If it's all just flying around and picking... yeah, that looks very Minecraft-like. So you go around, you collect resources. Oh, you shoot things as well. Okay, so there's some shooting. Could be kind of fun. Yeah. Okay. Like, at least there's something. I feel like there should be a bit more about, like, what... I mean, it took me that long to figure out that it's a Minecraft type game. It's like Minecraft with much better graphics. And, like, in space. In space. Could work. It's a fairly new team, but they've delivered all these kind of, like, what I assume is generated from the game engine. Like, if this is game engine footage, which it could very well be, because I think Unreal is definitely capable of that, Unreal 5. Assuming it's Unreal 5. Then that looks pretty good. I mean, gaming is a very competitive space. It could work. There's a medium here. Let's see what's in the medium. Planet collection. So I spent about a year already designing in silence. Okay. So treasure hunting and Minecraft type stuff and so on. It could be fun. Could be a fun game with a massive persistent world. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so I mean, basically, let's zoom back out and consider what it is that we're investing in if we buy these. If the game takes off and becomes super successful, like EVE Online. No, so EVE Online would be super successful. World of Warcraft level would be mega successful. If it becomes super successful, yeah, there's a chance that these NFTs will be worth something to people who play the game. People spend a lot of time on EVE Online and a lot of money on EVE Online as well. There's a lot of real money going through it. 0.1 ETH is not an outrageous amount of money. In fact, it's easy to believe that they might spend more than that. So if the game is actually successful, they might well spend more time than that, more money than that on there. So the question, and that's where you need to use your instinct. Like, and obviously, I can't predict the future. I have no idea if the game will be successful. But the question is, can the game be successful? Like, is it going to be successful? Like, I'm not as familiar with the Minecraft style games category as with some other categories. So I don't know if there's a lot of games that already do this without NFTs. I don't know if people really want NFTs in this particular type of game. I think NFT people want NFTs in this game, but the thing that's important is to whether other people want to, like, have this play to earn mechanic there. Play to earn will mean that, I mean, there's also a question that I have there, like, you know, so like for people owning the NFT, the play to earn is sensible if there's other people who are paying fees in some sort of way. Why is the monetization model for all the other users? I'd want to ask about that as well. Like, because eventually somebody needs to pay money into this thing for it to come out towards NFT holders and towards the development team that's building all this awesome stuff. So what is the charging model? Is it going to be a free-to-play game where you pay for upgrades, kind of like Fortnite? Is it going to be a pay-up-front game? Is it going to be a subscription game like I think EVE Online and World of Warcraft? It would probably make sense for it to be a subscription game. Then how they're going to market and get to critical markets, like critical user base size. What are the plans around that? I'd love to hear more about that. It's a kind of missed opportunity. So comparing their YouTube to My Pet Hooligans, which we reviewed a few days ago, My Pet Hooligans had loads of like 1 hour AMAs with the devs and stuff, with like one dev playing a demo in the background and the real other devs talking about the project and like really like being super transparent about what they're doing. This one seems much more secretive. That makes it harder to trust that they're going to do it right. It makes it harder to ask questions as well. I don't know how accessible they are in the Discord. Actually, let's join the Discord and see if we find some stuff in there, because I've been mentioning that a bit, but we haven't done it yet. Yes, open Discord. And let's open Troverse there. Yeah, complete. Agree to the rules. How do I join in? Oh, verify. Well, where's the verify? Give me a link. Only yeah, okay, so verify. God, I have to, okay, no, just authorize. Yes, I am human. Oh, fucking hell, trains. Right, we verified. We are human, apparently. Okay, so let's see if there's some more about, like some more sneak peeks or something. Sneak peeks. That's just like NFTs and stuff. There's no gameplay sneak peeks. And just the traders and stuff. So yeah, I wish they were a lot more transparent, especially because the poker showdown. Why do they have a poker showdown? The game is the game. Like, get people playing the game. Don't get people playing poker. Block party. So the Galaxy Explorer, I'm guessing, is a way to look at the planets, which is nice that they've built that. Okay, so here's this is probably the Galaxy Explorer. Great, but that's still not that fun. You know, it's just a way to zoom into like all these things. So my wish for this, like what makes it for me a slightly more risky investment than say My Pet Hooligan. Again, sorry, I'm comparing it to another project, but I reviewed it recently and there's a lot of similarities. My Pet Hooligan is super transparent. So, you know, in case you didn't check, if we go and search here for My Pet Hooligan, and I'm not invested in My Pet Hooligan, so this is just talking about, so they have their channel there, and if you look at their videos, they have loads of AMAs. Like, you know, every week they have an AMA for an hour, and they show you how the game is being built. They really involve the community in the game building process. So this is much more convincing to me. And like, you know, during those videos you can see like the gameplay, you can see people playing the game in the background, and you can get a sense of, is this a game that you find fun to play or not. And I think this is the kind of game that probably, like, being into FPSs and stuff, I might find fun to play, or I might have found fun to play at some point. Like, yeah, and you've got the devs like answering questions and everything, and throughout the thing you can see, like, you know, footage of the game and so on. And that's a much better approach, I think, than keeping things close to the chest. The point of having an NFT project is you also have this community built in, but you only have the community built in if you involve them, if you engage them. If you don't share anything with them, if it's all like, you know, done behind the scenes, like working hard behind the scenes is the worst expression in the NFT. It's the most deadly expression in the NFT world. Work hard on the scene. And these guys at the moment, as far as I can tell, are working hard behind the scenes rather than on the scene. and I wish they were working on the scene. So that makes me slightly more bearish about this game than about My Pet Hooligan. The good news is that's very easy to fix. They should just start doing weekly AMAs or whatever they can do to, like, really involve the community in what they're building. And it's okay to show beta gameplay footage or like alpha gameplay footage that's incomplete and that doesn't work properly and stuff. Like, people don't expect you to have the game finished already, but the more you are able to show, and the more you're able to entice them that, yeah, we can build. And clearly they have some stuff ready, since they had it in these animations that they had before with the people flying around and stuff and shooting at stuff. So they could show us like somebody playing whatever the latest stage of the demo is once a week to show us like the cool stuff that they've done. Like, when I make updates to my chart engines, I share them with people. Like, I haven't finished the second chart engine yet, and I'm already sharing it with people. There's like, you should share your work when you're still embarrassed about it. You should not wait until you feel really good about your work before you share it with people. And they might get some really cool feedback from sharing stuff with their audience, and they might even engage their audience, their early backers who have bought all these NFTs, in buying, in contributing more ideas to how to build the game and make it more fun. Somebody might suggest something that they haven't thought of. But if they don't open the kimono, so to speak, nobody can contribute. It's just hidden. It's like, it's a very us and them. And combining that with the lower level of experience of the team compared to My Pet Hooligan, like, I feel more bullish on My Pet Hooligan than this. Now, My Pet Hooligan is about like almost 10 times the price, but there's a reason for that. And if this team was much more open and transparent about what they're building, maybe it, like, the price would go up. That might be an idea for them. Yeah. So, in short, I think I'm getting to the end of this. This seems like a legitimate project. It could very well, like, the NFTs could very well increase in value. There's a question of how much they could increase in value, but considering some people have spent tens of thousands of dollars on stuff in EVE Online, there's not necessarily a very low ceiling on these. Like, it could go up quite a bit. There's only 10,000 of these. Yeah, like, it could have, I mean, it's probably worth more than what it is now, which is like a couple of $100. So it's likely to go up if they deliver a game that's fun to play and that people play. Well, it's likely to go up if they deliver a game that's fun to play and people play, and if they manage to market it appropriately, like, and get it in enough people's hands. If it becomes reasonably popular, at least, like, if it's a small success, like, say 1/10 the size of EVE Online, it will probably still be worth more than $200 to own one of those things. If it becomes a big success, like EVE Online, it will be worth probably substantially more than $200 to own one of these. If it becomes a mega success like World of Warcraft, then it could be worth really a very large amount to, like, it could easily 100x from here, I think. And don't think it's necessarily going to go to, like, 100 ETH. That would be unrealistic as a goal for this, but it could go, like, it could become very, very expensive. Like, if you could own one of the, like, important parts of World of Warcraft, that might be really valuable. And people, like, some people might be willing to pay a lot of money for that, or might have been willing to pay a lot of money from that at some point. But at the moment, there's not enough transparency from the project to be able to tell if it's going to be a successful game. And if I wanted to invest in this, I'd want to push for more transparency, see how the team reacts, see whether they're adaptable to that. Do they, well, first of all, how do they take the request? And do they actually carry that through and, like, start opening things up and making it clearer what's going on, what's fun about the game, putting more trailers, making the trailers more upfront as well. Like, it's fine to have this animation at the back. It'd be cool as well if there was, like, a fighting animation there, like showing, or like some kind of thing that showed what's fun about the game. And if it followed here, instead of buy on OpenSea, it followed here with the pre-Planet Collection launch trailer, which is trying to sell NFTs. If instead it was a video trying to sell the game, because the game is the thing that's going to make or break this. If the game is good and is marketed properly, then this can be a successful collection. If the game sucks or is not marketed properly, it's not going to be successful. Those are the key crucial points. So how good is the game is, and how are you going to get it in front of more users? What are your plans for doing that? How are you going to promote it? That would be my questions before investing. Cool. I think I'm done with this. It's 3:30. So it's about half an hour in. I hope you found this useful. As a reminder, this is not a fair review or an in-depth review. It's just going through the project, using, like, seeing how my brain analyzes it, how, like, what I look at, what I think is important, and hopefully helps inform you how you might analyze a project as well. It's not meant to be a fair review, if there is such a thing as a fair review, which I don't think so. It's just a kind of deep dive into how my brain works and how I look at a project. So hopefully this was helpful to you. And if so, please let me know. And if not, please let me know as well. And if you're indifferent, you can also let me know that. I appreciate all three types of feedback, and even another one if you've got another one. In the meantime, hope you enjoy your weekend, especially if it's a holiday where you are. And yeah, have fun and yeah, enjoy things. Take care. Bye-bye. Let's put some music on just to finish. There. Finish with some soothing notes. Right. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for your attention.